Hello and welcome. The historic trade deal between India and the European Union has been agreed upon, and this momentous trade deal comes at a time when the world is in significant tariff-related turmoil on account of the actions of the United States. But this deal between two very large, the second largest and the fourth largest economies in the world has very significant ramifications, and joining me now to discuss more on that is Anant Goenka, the President of the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry and the Vice Chairman of the RPG Group. Anant, welcome. The ink is literally drying on that decision, but the key headline item is that India is granting the EU tariff reductions that none of its other trading partners have, and some of the fine print of what has been done and what will be the impact will get discussed over the next few days. But I want your first take on the significance of the India and EU finally signing a deal that had been in the works and as a conversation for almost 2 decades now, Anant.
Thank you for having me, Siddharth. But I'd say this is a huge deal for India. The size and scale of the deal is unprecedented. $6 trillion of imports is what is being done by the EU. India comprises of only 3% of that opportunity today. So it just shows the potential of growth of exports from India over time. Second is India has moved from signing deals with the developing world more towards the developed world, where there is a lot of complementarity that is there. So our labor-intensive sectors, shoes, textiles, apparels, leather products, that will provide huge employment opportunity for our people. And for us as consumers, there will be an opportunity in areas such as spirits and wines and maybe the automotive sector as well. So it's a great win-win deal with high complementarity between both the countries.
Given that the world is splintering as far as the trading system and architecture that we knew for almost 3 decades now, and companies all over the world, particularly Indian companies, have to grapple with this new realignment. In the medium term, what do you see happening with regard to market access? And remember, the European Union deal comes on the back of several other deals with other countries. What's the broader macro picture in trading terms that this offers India Inc., Anant?
Yeah, in the past 6 to 8 months or 1 year's time, we've signed FTAs or various trading agreements with at least 5-7 countries, this being, of course, the biggest one. And this gives an opportunity for a lot of the industries to now look at redrawing their geopolitical or global export maps. I think these are very long-term agreements. They get phased over a period of time. And particularly, as I said, the high employment opportunity areas will greatly benefit out of this deal particularly. So I think it's really up to us businesses now to leverage that opportunity and multiply that trade deal opportunity that is there.
What are the likely consequences of this finalization with regard to the prospects of the India-US trade deal, which has been pending now for quite some time?
So I think we have to do what is right for us and where the opportunities lie for us. Of course, the India-US trade deal has been on the anvil for some time. It's not been signed yet. But what we do believe is that it can happen soon at some point of time. It's been getting delayed for some time, but I think we have to act on our own. We have to do what is right for us. The EU has been something also that has been going on for a few years now, and it's great that it has come to a conclusion. And we as business are very much looking forward to taking advantage of this new huge opportunity that has come to us.
This is a good point that you make, Anant, about taking advantage of this opportunity. There may be people in Indian industry and sections of our industry who have benefited willy-nilly from on account of high import tariffs. There are details that have been put out by the European Union with regard to the proposed duty cuts. I want your understanding with regard to the ability of Indian industry to withstand higher imports, including in sectors like automobiles.
Right. I think the automotive industry has matured a lot over the last few years. You look at our key auto players, they are no less than the world's best in terms of design. There is a big change that is happening with respect to electrification. We are in the forefront of electrification as well. So, to that extent, the quality of the products that we are using, whether it is mass market or even amongst the premium products, we're at a very strong position in terms of our own in-house R&D and manufacturing capability. I think not only should we not worry about import of cars into India, but I think even the export of cars out of India presents a great opportunity for us, whether it is with the EU or with any other country that we are signing with.
Anant, with regard to FDI inflows, we have seen in the EFTA deal that the EFTA member nations have committed to facilitating a very significant amount, $100 billion worth of investment in India. There is also in the fine print of the EU deal that significant sums of money will be provided with regard to climate adaptation. I want you to tell me about whether this deal can have positive consequences for greater FDI inflows into India. Will this encourage European manufacturers to come and set up shop in India, or will they continue to just send their products and import their products into India?
Many people are not aware, but we have about 6,000 European companies operating in India today. So India has established itself as a strong location to be the future factory of the world. People have come in, people have seen success. There is a fair amount of comfort in terms of the long-term prospects of the country. And whether it is joint ventures, partnerships, direct FDI coming in and direct investments, I think this is the right place and great timing for us to look at getting FDI into the country.
As the president of the FICCI, do you feel that there are any concerns that Indian industry might have, and how would you like them to be addressed?
In the past, we've seen some amount of non-tariff barriers in EU. We've seen CBAM, we've seen EUDR regulations of deforestation. I think some of these things are still, we don't have the fine print details of the agreement, but if we're able to solve that issue of non-tariff barriers and allow more easy access of Indian products and more clarity of some of these areas, certainly that will help.
You know, the art of the deal is something that everyone with anything to do with business knows. Would it be fair to say that the art of the deal would require to give some and take some, and therefore you can't have it 100% your way? Is that the best way for people who might feel the pinch on account of some of the easing up that this deal has done?
No, absolutely. You have to give some and you have to get some. I think net in this deal, what we see, and as I said, that the complementarity of the deal, where say certain high technology products, wines and spirits, which are very unique to made in EU or France, that's something which we don't have. Whereas on the other hand, we provide a great manufacturing base for textiles and those products. So it is very clearly a win-win opportunity for both. And in some cases, you have to give some to get some.
Anant, as we wind down the conversation, I want to understand from you, how does Indian industry benefit? Which are the sectors that you see have the potential to grow their exports to the EU member states?
We'll see opportunity in industrial goods, textiles, leather, footwear. Clearly, these 3 or 4 areas are very clear. In addition to goods, there is services and a lot of clarity that will now emerge as to movement of people from one location to another. There's about 1 million people, Indian origin people in the EU. For them, clarity and simplification of the visa application process, living norms, mobility within the EU. I think all of that are other benefits also that come in beyond just the tariffs and the trade benefits that are there.
Absolutely, Anant, and today clearly marks a seminal day as far India's new approach towards trade policy is concerned. EFTA, UK, UAE, Oman, New Zealand, and now the European Union, and possibly down the road, the United States. Meanwhile, there are other conversations that are continuing in parallel, and clearly the Commerce Ministry will have to juggle with multiple bilateral and regional engagements of the kind that we have seen today. Anant Goenka, thank you very much for your time with us and for joining us to give us your first response on the India-EU trade deal being finalized. We'll be back with more. Until then, goodbye. Thank you very much, Anant.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.